Well, our good friend Pope Francis recently sat down for a new interview. I like to call him Pope the Globalist Francis because that's what he represents. He's a globalist, he's a liberal pope. I'm not a big fan of the guy for those that have followed my channel for a while. I even believe that Pope Francis may be the false prophet of Revelation the Bible talks about. In fact, I did a video on that here about a week or two ago. Scroll through the channel if you want to check that out. I just have it titled Pope Francis. Is Pope Francis the false prophet of Bible prophecy of Revelation? So scroll down and check that out if you guys would like. Well, recently sat down for an interview, and Pope Francis said that he fears that there are, quote, very dangerous alliances between powers who have a distorted view of the world. Okay, and he is including the United States and Russia as two of those countries. Pope Francis told his interviewer, the Italian journalist Eugenio Scaltari, that he was worried about the G20 summit, which brings together leaders from 20 of the largest economies in the world, along with finance ministers and central bank governors. As we know, G20 just recently wrapped up. Pope Francis had a lot to say. He goes on here, I'm afraid that there are very dangerous alliances between these powers who have a distorted view of the world. America and Russia, China and North Korea, Putin and Assad in the war in Syria, Francis said. The Pope said that his greatest concern was the, quote, danger for immigration. As you know, he's very pro-immigration, okay? He believes in open borders, open societies, even though he lives behind nothing but walls there in the Vatican. A little bit of a hypocrite, if you ask me. That's just my opinion, okay? He says, as you know here, the main problem in today's world, which is unfortunately growing, is that the poor, the weak, and the excluded, France said, speaking of the immigration form. On the other hand, there are countries where the majority of the poor do not come from migratory flows from social disasters. Others have few local poor, but fear that the invasion of migrants, he goes on to say. That's why the G20 worries me. It primarily affects immigrants from countries all over the world and affects them even more as time goes on. Okay, so he goes on here, guys. I mean, he goes on to talk about Europe, the problems that they have over there. But again, I tell you what, he holds true to his globalist agenda that he is putting out there. So be very careful of Pope Francis. I am going to cover him extensively here on this channel. Not to pick on him, but someone that I'm keeping an eye on because I just don't trust him. I believe he has a different agenda. I've read a lot about this Pope, and I've watched a lot of different ministers and pastors give messages about him. Just some really interesting stuff. So just keep it tuned here as news comes out about Pope Francis. More and more may come out, and I've actually been seeing him in the news a lot more lately. He's kind of buried underneath all the other stuff that's going on with Trump and Russia and all of this stuff. So you got to really kind of go out there and look for it because he's just kind of sneaking around doing things and people aren't talking about it. So I'm going to try to bring it to you here at this channel. So keep it tuned here, guys. I'll continue to bring you up to speed on all the latest breaking news, prophecy, headlines, and current world events. Again, if you don't know Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, he is the way, the truth, and the life. No one else but him. Let me know. Leave me a comment below. It would be my pleasure, my honor to pray with you and help lead you to the Lord today. All right, guys, I'll be back with more. You guys take care. Please be safe out there. Don't forget to share these videos with your friends and family. God bless each and every single one of you, and I'll talk with you soon.